Hey everyone, welcome back to Tech Voodoo. All right, today I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about the steering rack on a YXZ. My YXZ. Okay, I'm not going to lie, nobody's lying here. The factory steering rack on the YXZ sucks. The factory tie rods suck. There's just no way around it. They're made out of straws or something. I don't know. You can bend them by kicking the tire. They're weak, to say the least. The problem is once you upgrade the tie rod ends to a set of heavy-duty tie rod ends, then the next thing to go is the steering rack. It will explode, which it happened to me. It decided to split on me. You know, quite a bit of force hit the tire. Something that was weak, like the tie rod end, didn't give, so the next weak thing had to give, which was the steering rack. Hooray. So that means more money. Anyway, I was running a set of Assault heavy-duty tie rods, and then after the steering rack, I decided to look into a different kit, and I decided to go with the Weller 2-to-1 steering kits. Now, 2-to-1 steering ratio means from center, half turn is full lock, half turn the other way is full lock. Completely different animal. It took me a little bit to get used to, but it's absolutely amazing because you barely have to move the steering wheel and the tires are turning. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, think about it. You go from the standard steering rack, which is basically one full turn, to turning halfway and you're already at full lock. It's an awesome kit, great kits. So here's the Weller heavy duty tie rod ends. So nothing special here, but you know, they're good tie rod ends. Haven't had any issues out of them at all. And then here is the Weller 2-to-1 steering rack. Probably not going to be able to see the cool Weller. There it is. I'll get some of this dirt off of here for you, for my viewers, so they can see. Boom. Ugh, probably still can't see it. Anyway, it says WR, Weller. Hooray! It is a greasable unit. Highly recommend anytime you go out riding, grease your machine. You want it to last, just grease it. It doesn't take that much time. Your A-arms need to be greased. I mean, do you get what I'm saying? Like, just take some time, take care of your machine, grease your machine. I can't stress that enough. I can't tell you how many customers bring their cars in here and they don't maintain their equipment and their equipment fails on them. So you want to keep your machine running tip-top shape, grease it, maintain it. Anywho, enough with that. Weller 2-to-1 steering box, awesome, absolutely awesome. Simple, easy. Unbolt the old one, bolt the new one back in. Goes in the same spot. Now, there is an upgrade on top of upgrading your steering box. So get this. You bend your factory tie rods. You get a set of heavy-duty tie rods. Then you don't bend your tie rods, you break the rack. You put a heavy-duty rack in there with heavy-duty tie rods. The next weak link is, wait, let me think. You got it. The mounting. The mounting sucks on here. It's just this thin shit, or stuff, I should say, that they put on here. So I got the Hess bracket right there, which bolts in behind the steering rack. I personally didn't have the problem, but I know somebody that ended up ripping the bolts. They've got weld-in nuts on the back factory, and he ended up ripping the sheet metal itself, so we had to completely rebuild that bracket. And when we did, we ended up using some thicker steel and everything, so he didn't need a support bracket. But this is just, I mean, it's not very thick. 1/4 inch, maybe. Actually, I can tell you exactly how thick that is. Let's see here. Get my my gauge here, and we will tell you how thick it is. Let's see here. Well, it's definitely not 1/4 inch. That's 1/4 inch. It's probably 1/8 inch or 14 gauge. Let's go ahead and let's take a look here. So we've got 14 gauge. It's 14 gauge. That's it. It's a 14 gauge. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That's it. 14 gauge. Well, 14 gauge is actually loose. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was reading that wrong. Okay, so it is 14 gauge. I had it on 1/8 inch. So it's 14. It's 14th gauge. That's it. Weak stuff. Like I said, everything needs improvements. The factory puts out product for us to enjoy, and it's our job to make it better than factory, essentially. Or some company out there is going to make it better than factory, and we're going to buy their parts, which is a catch-22, but it is what it is. These companies make money by the factory's mistakes. Anywho, I highly recommend getting, if you have any issues, which most likely a lot of us do with tie rods. I mean, I've got a Honda Pioneer and it's bent on my Honda Pioneer as well. You know, I've been the factory ones, but highly recommended. Go ahead and upgrade. If you're gonna upgrade the tie rods to heavy duty, okay, here's the thing. If you haven't bent your factory tie rods yet, go and get them sleeved. If you can do it yourself, weld them on yourself. Get them sleeved. It's just a tube, and it helps stiffen it up a little bit. So save your money. Don't buy the heavy-duty tie rod. Just get it sleeved. Save up your money to buy a kit, either from Hess or from Weller. I have not ran the Hess system, so I cannot review it. I have ran the Weller system, and it works great. Save up your money, get the Hess kit. You can get the 1-to-1, which is the factory steering, or you can get the 2-to-1, which is the quick steer. Now, it being a quick steer, it eliminates that whole, you know, at slower speed, the steering puts this much input. At higher speed, the steering does this much input. It gets rid of that. So on top of this, you also need the box, which I'll go ahead and take 20 minutes to lower the machine. All right, so it was Monday when I was lowering the machine, and now it's Thursday. Anyway, all right, Weller steering box. You are also going to need the power box here. This power box eliminates a lot of the sensors, because there's a few sensors on this factory steering rack that communicate. So it's going to get rid of all that. And you've got your 3 plugs here that run, I'm sorry, 4 plugs, should say. You got your 4 plugs here that run in. I know there's electrical tape over here, but I've got heat shrink, you name it. Anywho, this box here eliminates any of the check engine lights and everything. So when you come to the inside here, turn the key to the on position, you don't get an EPS light. And then the easiest way to see if your steering system is working is to just turn it by hand. So if you, let's see here, make sure. Okay, I'm not touching the ground. Anyway, turn the key to the on position. Turn the key on real quick. You'll notice it's kind of stiff, and then it lightens up. I mean, that's the easiest way to tell if your steering system is working. Anywho, you can buy the whole kit, which comes with the steering rack, tie rod ends, the box, and the steering motor, the electric motor in here. If you decide to keep this factory electric motor like I have, you have to manually wire it in. You have to cut the old plugs off the old unit and splice it into the new unit. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's see here. We've got a black and red, which goes to black and red power. So you're going to want your power supply. This is the furthest one over. Okay, so this is your power supply here. That's the furthest over. The second set of wires is red and black as well, and they go into a green and a black. This is your input for your steering, for your electric steering module here, or the motor, I should say. All right, so this is the input and output here. From there, you've got this harness here, which has got your white, black, red, and green. So you will connect, see here, let's get this guy right here out of the way. Okay, so these wires right here for the Hess, or for the Weller system here. So you won't use the gray, the purple, the white with a red stripe, or the straight white one. You are going to use the green, the blue, the red, and black. The green connects to the green, the red connects to the red, the white, let's see here, the green to green, red to red. You've got your black to black, and if I remember correctly, I think the green and the blue, yeah, the green and the blue wire connected to one. The green and blue wire connected to one wire and ran up, if I remember correctly. Like I said, unfortunately, I installed this before I thought about making a YouTube channel, so I do apologize. But if you do have any questions, you can comment on this video below, and I have the instructions somewhere. If the instructions that you get with your kit is confusing, or if you need any questions like that, anything like that answered, I'd be able to help you out there. But anywho, recommend it. Highly recommend it. Hess or Weller. Some people like Hess, some people like Weller. Whichever one you want to go with. Both of them are good brands. I personally would go with the 2-to-1. It's amazing. Check this out. So you turn your key to the on position. Steering is straight. A little bit more than half a turn. Or a little bit less, I should say, than half a turn. Okay, because right there's your quarter turn. There's your half turn. This is half turn, and it's at full steering lock. Turn it back to center. See if I can get this in one shot. Okay, so here you go. There you go, steering wheel straight. And that's it. You're at full lock with a little less than half a turn. That's cool. Not only is that cool, but it works amazing. Takes a little bit of time to get used to, but it works amazing. So that's my thoughts on the steering system on the YXZ. The factory one sucks. it sucks. Sorry, not gonna change my mind. I know it's my opinion, but factory rack is junk. The factory tie rods are even worse. I swear the straws at McDonald's are tougher than the tie rods on a YXZ or a Honda Pioneer. Just my thought, but I'm pretty sure that statement's true. Anyway, if you guys liked the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up video, or again, so I'm not gonna edit out mistakes. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you guys like the content that you guys are seeing, hit that subscribe button. I've got more videos like this to come, more build videos. You'll see, the channel's filled with a bunch of stuff, basically gearhead stuff, because I've got a problem, an addiction to power, performance, and fun. But if you're watching this, you have the same addiction. And I apologize, but there's really no fix for it. Unless you go to a, mental asylum and have them lock you up inside that pillow room with a straitjacket. Even then, you'll drive yourself nuts because you want to go faster. You want to make things better. So, it's my channel. Anyway, all right. You guys have yourselves a good day.